Welcome to the Sales Nerds episode 2. This is the second episode, and hopefully the microphone's working a little better today. Today is the test here of the new microphone settings. So today I don't want to talk to you about sales, although I am the sales nerd. My name is Sundance Brennan, and this is the Sales Nerds. But I do want to talk to you about some mindset stuff. It's early on in the year. It's the 4th day of the year, January 4th of 2017 right now, and some people have already given up on their New Year's resolutions, which seems amazing to me, right? So how did we get to the 4th day and people are already like, I don't want to go to the gym anymore, or, that goal is just unachievable, or, hey, I need to light up right now. So mindset plays a huge role in how you're going to accomplish your goals. Really, whether or not it's the beginning of the year, the end of the year, or any day in between. So I've got 3 tips here that will help you overcome some issues that arise from being a victim. Now, I am not immune to being a victim. I have those feelings sometimes. I have days when I think that the entire world is conspiring to get me. Not really, but it feels like that sometimes, right? And when that happens, I try and use these 3 techniques to keep my head where it needs to be. And hopefully these help you too. So, not more than 10 minutes here. This is a fairly quick video. So, tip number 1. I want you to keep your eyes smiling. Now, there's 2 different aspects of this, right? So, happy eyes are eyes that are engaged, that are up, that are looking. And happy eyes are happy because they're looking at something that they want. They're looking at their goals. They're looking. They're searching. They're trying to find some opportunity out there. So, part of being happy eyes is having the opportunities in front of you and still looking for them, focused on the good stuff. Focus on the good things that happened today. So just one easy, actionable item, one quick takeaway. Every day I'm on the way home and I phone my wife and I say, hey, honey, and she says, hey, how was your day? I try my darndest every single day to come up with 3 things that really, were positive throughout that day. And sometimes, sometimes they're kind of a stretch. Well, I learned how to deal with, people who are irate, or, I learned a new technique, or I learned that I need to get better at this. But I spin it to a positive. And that way, as I'm getting home, I'm reflecting on my day and I'm remembering the good things. That's how I want to end my day, by remembering the good things. Now, there's a second piece to this puzzle here. So, smiling eyes also has a physical aspect to it. So I learned at a very young age, at the ripe old age of 6 years old. 6 years old, I was walking home from school, and I was a nerdy kid back then already. Okay, so I still had the Coke bottle glasses. Take a look at these things. These are thick glasses. They reflect the light like crazy, and at 6 years old, I already had these suckers, and I was an introvert already, and I was reading, and I had heavy stuff in my backpack, and I literally had to hunch forward to, carry that thing on my back so that I could walk home, and, it was just a little easier if I just hunched over, and then I would look down at the cracks in the sidewalk, so I'm literally looking, my eyes are looking at the sidewalk, counting the cracks of the sidewalk. And, I'm thinking, well, hey, I can step on the cracks, or I can avoid the cracks, or maybe I can just see how many ants are, crawling along, or are there weeds in these cracks? Or, I don't know what I was doing, right? But I was focused down, and guess what? I was sad. I was a depressed little kid, already at 6 years old, right? And, in today's world, maybe they would have given me some medicine or something, but back then, we're talking about the late 70s, right? Early 80s, 6 years old. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm sad. That's not right. How come nobody wants to play with me or talk to me on the way home from school? And there's other kids that had to walk the same way. And I realized, you know what? I'm not very inviting. I don't look at anybody else. I don't talk to anybody else. I'm just looking down at the ground, feeling sad for myself. So I made a decision, one day in, 1980, as I'm walking home from school, that I was going to change my posture. I was going to change the way that I walked home. I was going to change my center of gravity. And that's what I did. I changed my center of gravity. I pushed my backpack up, and I pushed it back so that it pulled me back. It literally forced me to stand a little bit taller and look up. And when I raised my head up, I looked around, and I could see some other people, right? And just by doing that, other people saw that, hey, I was open, and I was ready to engage with. And I spent 35 cents. It probably wasn't even 35 cents. It was probably a nickel to go buy some gum, like Wrigley's gum or something. Not even like Hubba Bubba or Bubblicious or something cool. I bought like some Wrigley's gum, and because I'm a teeth grinder. So when I talk to people sometimes and I don't realize it, or I look like I'm clenching my teeth and I'm angry, but I'm not really angry. So the gum helps me smile. And just by changing the way that people view me, I became more open. And guess what? That very same week, I made a friend. And Aaron, if you're out there, hey buddy, I still think about you every once in a while. Hashtag second grade buddies. All right, man. So I hope you're doing well, and everybody else, keep your eyes smiling, right? Keep your head on a swivel. Focus on the good stuff. Find three good things that happened to you today, and end the day that way. And then tomorrow, try and raise your head up. Keep your head on a swivel and engage with some folks. Now that leads me right into the second tip. So we're on the second tip here. Say yes before no, but don't say it slow. So I want you to take some action here. Don't get stuck in the what-if zone, in the maybe zone, in analysis paralysis. All the what-ifs in the world don't really matter a lick, right? Because they're what-ifs. They didn't actually happen. The only time the what-ifs matter is in like a sci-fi film, right? Where there's an alternate timeline and you get to go visit and see what your other self is doing. But that doesn't happen in real life. It just doesn't. So all the what-ifs don't matter. Pick a path. Go with it. It doesn't matter if you have any regrets because you're already going with it. I would rather make a decision all in that's absolutely the wrong decision and learn from that opportunity. Learn from that so that next time I can make a different decision. But you know what? I want to know what the wrong path is, right? How do I know it's wrong until I take it, right? Now, I'm not saying just purposely go down the wrong path and do some bad stuff, but I am saying that experiences are valuable. So learn from those experiences. Don't be afraid of them. Say yes or say no, but don't say it slow. Make a decision and go with it. There's a whole bunch of people that are just paranoid about stuff. So, for instance, the Earth, right, in 1 billion years is going to be possibly, depending on what you believe, whatever, it could be uninhabitable. It could be that our sun is going to grow, right, become super hot, and the whole planet's going to become a molten, swirly mess of lava and stuff, right? Speaking of sci-fi movies, right, we're going to look messed up. It's going to be that planet from Star Wars, the prequels where Darth Vader falls in the lava or whatever, right? So that's going to be us in, 1 billion years. Why are people freaked the heckle and jekyll out about this? It's 1 billion years from now. Who cares? There's absolutely zero impact that you can have on the sun, right? The sun's going to explode or it's not going to explode. We're going to get hit by, a huge solar flare long before then probably anyways. It doesn't really matter, right? Now, that's not to say that I'm going to give you just, carte blanche to just, say frack it. Hashtag BSG, Battlestar Galactica reference there. So, but hey, it's not cool to just say frack it and like, it doesn't matter. I'm not saying that. I am saying you got to take responsibility for your own actions. You make those decisions, and then you live with them, right? You learn from them, you grow with them, and besides actually dying, besides actual death, right? You're going to live through everything else. Fortunately or unfortunately, you're going to live through everything else, so it doesn't really matter, right? Just do it. Hopefully you make the best decisions. If you didn't learn from it, do better next time, okay? Don't feel bad for yourself, because that doesn't help anybody. Just learn from it, move on, you'll be all right. So that brings me to point number 3. So we're on the third tip here already. Manufacture opportunity. So luck has absolutely nothing to do with success, except for the fact that you can be as lucky as you want to be, as lucky as you can manufacture. So if you can keep your eyes up, keep your head on a swivel, looking for those opportunities, looking for your goals, looking for the good things, and you're not you're not playing victim, and you're making decisions, you're looking for opportunities, you're looking for experiences, yeses and nos, and you're doing all that stuff, then you can't help but connect the dots every once in a while. You're going to manufacture some opportunities. You're going to nudge some people in the right direction that helps you. That's not selfish, right? Some people think that's, being manipulative or being selfish. Like, hey, you know what? If I want to go out to dinner, but I don't have a car, I might call a buddy up and give him a little nudge and say, hey, I'm hungry. How are you doing? That's kind of a nudge, right? Hey, I could really use some Chinese food. How are you doing? Now, I mentioned the Chinese food first. He starts to think about the Chinese food. Maybe he wants Chinese food, right? So I nudged him in the direction of wanting to get food. And then next thing I'm going to do is say, hey, you probably want to go to Chinese food, but hey, you don't want to go by yourself. So how about you stop by my spot, pick me up, and then we'll go. So you're going to give him a nudge to accomplish a particular goal. You're just aligning two goals together, right? It doesn't have to be like that. It could just be an opportunity that comes up. Hey, you met somebody because your eyes were up and you were engaged. Happens to know somebody who's a book publisher, and they say, hey, you know what? I don't have anybody who's in the sales world, and next thing you know, you got a book that's published in the sales world. So just keep your eyes open and connect the dots, right? Luck has nothing to do with it. All right, so thank you very much for watching this. Hopefully the sound is better than the yesterday's quality. If you read the blog post, click on the link. There's a special bonus tip in there. If you like this and you want some more of it, go to thesalesnerds.com. Click on the little dojo in the top right corner, and there's some sales training stuff there. And I appreciate you watching. So well.